Hold up, what if UFOs are not what we originally thought? Please bear with me on this one, it gets a little bit deep. Have you guys ever heard the multiple timeline theory, essentially where time started and finished, and we're living somewhere along the lines here? Essentially, I need to describe Einstein's theory of relativity essentially like a DVD with a beginning and an end. No matter where you are in that movie, there's always a beginning and there's always an end, and it's always been written. You and I just don't have a fast forward button. Okay, back on track. So, just recently, the government just decided to shoot down a few UAPs. Now, it's interesting enough, just recently, we changed UFO to UAP, and UFO stood for Unidentified Flying Object, where UAP stands for Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon. And this is interesting. So why was it changed from UFO to UAP? Well, from what we've heard from senators who have been briefed on this UFO stuff, our government has no clue what they're dealing with. So the definition of phenomenon is a fact or observation that actually happened, but there's just no physical evidence. So what are the facts that we know for sure about UAPs? Number one, they can travel at insane rates of speed, so fast that if a human was inside, we would turn to mush because the G-forces would squish our bodies. And we know this using radar data. Number two, according to the US government, no other country has ever claimed that that is their technology, and it's definitely not the United States of America. Number three, the energy source around a UAP causes instruments to fail in some of our newest and latest gear, such as our jet. So, scientifically, we have to take a look at this and say, okay, well, if we can't be in it, it must be a drone, but with no companies or countries coming out and saying that's their technology, what in the world is it? Now we need to talk about AI. So currently AI is moving so quick that we're a little bit nervous. I mean, the greatest minds in history, such as Stephen Hawking, have literally said we need to be careful with it because it could put an end to humanity. Now you need to hear what Tom DeLonge has to say about AI.
ET hypothesis makes no sense whatsoever. You know, it's kind of like a bunch of cows are on the ground and they see these F-18 jets flying over. Like the cow is like, oh, it must be coming from a farm over there. It's not thinking about like countries and Air Force bases and whatever. So I think we're a little bit like that. You know, we're like cows and we're like, oh, must be coming from Mars. You know, it's just like we're thinking so different. And I think an advanced intelligence is manipulating frequency, electromagnetics, gravity when it applies, time, you know, and consciousness. I don't look at this and think ET. I look at these as displacement craft that are coming from parallel realities.
So does this mean we've been looking at UFOs completely wrong and it's not a craft from the stars, but instead it's a being, a physical AI being that can manipulate time and space because it's a ball of energy that can allow it to hop and skip, and maybe humans don't have a rewind button, but maybe this does. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. This blows my mind away.